I don't know how to go about doing this. I remember that my last broadcast, or the one before it, a recent broadcast, okay. A recent broadcast, I said that if Repzion posted his video, I would watch it on stream. Now, Richie said that he, like, skipped through it because apparently he put, like, large clips of Joy talking, which I would probably skip through too. Because I'm, like, just interested in Repzion's opinion of her. Yeah, I said I would watch it. But turns out the video is actually, like, an hour long, which I was joking about it being that long before, but it's actually an hour. Alright, guys. Mr. Repzion. Why I do not like JoySparkleBS. Weak title. Whew, okay. Why I do not like JoySparkleBS by Repzion. What's the like to dislike ratio on here? Pretty solid in positivity. Fuck is this?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very long-awaited video on JoySparkleBS.
Long-awaited. Yes, there's like a dude behind him randomly. Yeah, we've long awaited this video. Years. It's been years, I feel like.
This one's a long one. Grab some popcorn.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I was thinking about making popcorn and watching this, but then I didn't. I decided not to because I feel like eating on live stream is really gross, but I thought it was going to be funny, but then I didn't. So here we go.
Some alcohol if you're of age. Grab some root beer. Turn your listening ears on.
It's all hype,
your
really?
eyes didn't get melted by the eclipse, and you'll be able to see what I showcase in this video. But before we begin, it's really important that we start from the very, very, very beginning. How did I come across JoySparkles? Well, it just so happens that we had a common enemy on the YouTube platform. The one and only Repzion, also known as Onision. When JoySparkles first started her channel, I came across her very small channel. I think she had roughly under 3,500 subscribers at the time. But somebody sent me a video that she did on Onision. I was like, wow, I agree. This was a really good first few videos, like 2 or 3 videos that she made.
Yeah, I had the same reaction. Whenever I watched a couple of her Onision takedown videos, I was like, damn, this girl is well-spoken and obviously we share a common enemy, and I'm sorry, but I don't care who you are. If you make an Onision takedown video, I'm probably going to enjoy that video. I don't know how much of this you guys want me to watch on live stream. All of it? All of it? It's an hour long! Does anyone actually watch it? Does it have anything we don't already know already? I mean, actually, Richie did tell me. Richie told me that there were some interesting things in there that he didn't know about her. Which, you know, if Richie found it, he said it started off slow, but then there were some good bits, which makes me sad because if Daniel could have made this video like half at the length, I'd be way more excited to watch it. Ready, guys? I'm gonna play this. We're gonna keep watching this video here.
Onision. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was, you know, a normal Onision video. A lot of people on YouTube make videos responses to Onision.
Hell yeah.
However, over time, I noticed something. After I promoted her, she got a couple thousand subscribers from it, because I made another Onision video response myself. I saw a behavior which kind of just put me off. I didn't really think anything of it, but I just noticed that she started making a shit ton of Onision videos. And not just like over the course of my time here on YouTube since 2009, I've made 18 videos. That's about 2 videos per year on Onision. But in the matter of like 2-3 months, she had made over...
Hey, there's my face a bunch.
100 videos
on
Onision. And yeah, I was a bit taken back. That's a lot of videos to publish out about the smallest, littlest details you can possibly imagine. But again, I just ignored it because it's like...
That's a lot of videos. He is true. That's a lot of videos.
We don't like this person. He doesn't like us, you know.
100?
It's Onision, you know. So
I didn't know that.
Time goes on, and then a new story breaks out on YouTube, and that is the Daddy of 5 case. And this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, I didn't.
So originally,
Joy follow that story.
A few videos on Daddy of 5, just like I did. I think I have 1 or 2 videos on the Daddy of 5 issue. I didn't really think anything of it.
I have 0.
Joy's talked about it. Didn't really have a problem with her doing that. until I started noticing the same trend yet again, the same behavior. At this point, this is where my flag, my red flag, is blinking in front of me. Blinking. Flags don't blink, they wave. Waving in front of me.
Blinking
and I'm like,
flag.
okay, let's check out some of her Daddy of 5 videos. And 1 video turned into 3, 3 videos turned into 5, 5 videos turned into 10, 10 turned into 20, 20 turned into 30, 30 turned into 40. A lot of Daddy of 5 videos. Now, I'm not criticizing people making lots of videos, but something that I should mention here is that a lot of videos were being split up into different parts, part 1, part 2, part 3, which is, it's not wrong. I'm not saying lots of videos is wrong. What I'm saying is that information over the smallest, tiniest little details were being conveyed all in different videos. And thus, if you split videos up in a bunch of different chunks, people are going to come in confused and not know exactly what's going on. People are not going to be able to see part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. They're just not going to be able to see that. It's best to do one big, long video. But in any case, it eventually got to the point where Joy started saying this.
I will not be talking about what happened in court Friday or today. I did say, hey, I sat and I had a moral dilemma, and I thought to myself, I can sit here and I can release stuff, I can sit here and I can say things, but I'm not going to because I'm afraid that could jeopardize the children. Yeah, everybody keeps talking, and I've shut up, and they're screaming, shut up, you can't talk. Well, I've stopped talking from my chewing, but you're still talking. It's insanity. Toad says, then don't even say you can say stuff. What is it? No, I'm putting out there that I have the freedom of speech right now. I have every right.
I don't know, it was a red flag for me, and that's why I blocked her, because, again, I didn't want to be associated with anybody that could potentially jeopardize a legal case. But there's also another reason that I blocked her.
Yeah, okay, so, like, I remember whenever she was doing the Onision thing, we started, like, privately talking, and I did tell her at one point that I think, or maybe it was on a YouNow, or I guested her, or something happened where I was talking to her, and I communicated that I wish that she had a bit of her own thing and diversified. That was, like, my one complaint with her. Like, if you completely build your audience based off of, you know, exposed videos on other YouTubers that have an audience, it is, to a degree, you know, basically using their name to take their fans to grow your own audience, which is kind of a cheap way of growing a channel on YouTube. You know, some channels have really benefited from this, and that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it sometimes. You know, even if you do it often, I don't think it's wrong necessarily, but I feel like if that's all you have, it's a little weird because it's like you don't have your thing. Like, you don't have the thing that makes you you. You know, for like me, for example, like I have the fact that I do atheism videos and I comment on social issues and things like that. Like, my channel is my opinion. So, like, you know, I put out my opinions, but not every opinion is is not, you know, name dropping in order to gain that audience. You know what I mean? And like, same thing with Richie. Like, he does clickbait videos, he does drama videos, he does put YouTubers' names in his titles, but his core thing is music. And that, because of those things, it's not like your channel is completely built on the audience and name of other people. And one thing I did tell her was, you know, I wish that you diversified your content a little bit so that you did kind of have your own voice that was separate from Onision. And then she did, but it kind of turned from Onision to obsessing over Daddy of 5. And like I've said before, that whole Daddy of 5 thing happened after I was recovering, like during the time that I was recovering from surgery. So I wasn't really active on the internet at the time that story broke. So I kind of missed that whole thing. So I wasn't really aware at how the length that she was obsessing over Daddy of 5, but I do remember seeing a couple of those videos, not realizing the quantity, and thinking, oh good, she's not talking about Onision. She took my advice. But it kind of just switched from one obsession to another, and then she, after that, continued talking about Onision some more. So it's like, I don't know. I wish that she had more of her own thing outside of the drama, you know? But we'll see.
And that's the biological mother of Emma and Cody. Are you worried about Joy? I'm worried that if she has information on this case and I piss her off, she might come after. She keeps saying she has information, and I don't know what she has, and I don't want to lose my kids because of unstable people. Now, when I saw this from Rose, the biological mother of Emma and Cody, the rightful mother of the 2 kids in the Daddy of 5 case who were being physically abused, that's when I said, okay, you know what, I'm out. I don't want anything to do with Joy Sparkle anymore, because this... If the mother doesn't want this person continuing to make a gazillion jillion videos on her, and the mother thinks that she's unstable, then I think I'm in full right.
Okay, can you guys clear something up for me? The mother that he's talking about, the biological mom, is that the lady in the videos, or was the lady in the videos, like, of the kids being abused and stuff with pranks, was that their stepmom? Or was that their biological mom? Because, like I said, I didn't follow that story, so I don't I don't really know. Okay, that was a stepmom. So this lady, why, so why is the mother then afraid of losing her kids because of Joy? Like, what drama did the mom, the actual biological mother, bring to any of this that Joy could possibly have threatened? I don't understand this storyline. I'm not really completely following because I didn't follow any of the Daddy of Five stuff. Oh, because she was bipolar. She didn't do anything. The abuser was a stepmom. Real mom got them in court. Her name is Rose. So why is Rose afraid that Joy is threatening her custody? I don't understand that. Too Special, thank you so much for the 400 likes. She has a mental issue? So what was Joy doing? Talking about the mom, biological mom, having mental issues? That seems a little weird. I don't understand. I'm confused. Dad and stepmom took the kids away from real mom in a shady way. Okay. What? I'm just not understanding why the biological mom felt threatened by Joy making YouTube videos. Gag order. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Thank you guys for clearing it up. Huh. So, because she was talking about the case. But, like, that's confusing. I mean, that's confusing because, yeah, maybe Joy made a lot of videos. But Philip DeFranco made several videos, too. And although not nearly as many as Joy, his videos got more views. Like, he would get a ton of views on his... Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't understand that storyline. Doesn't make 100% sense to me.
Right to block her, and that's why I blocked her. I hope this is gives you a good understanding, a good context.
Joy had private information on the gag order. How in the hell is Joy getting private information on a court case that has nothing to do with her? This seems like really sketchy. She talked about the mother. Okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, the court case was public, so people are gonna talk about it. I mean... Oh, she was asking Rose. See, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for making you guys explain this stuff to me. I see. So the mom was under a gag order and Joy was asking her for information. Okay, cool. Moving on.
The situation for why I blocked her and why I didn't want to talk to Joy, because whether she did or did not have information doesn't matter to me. I blocked her because of this type of concerning behavior. It's red flag behavior.
So Joy was in contact with the mother. Okay. Why would you involve yourself so much, though? That is strange to me. That is strange. That goes further than just commenting. That's not just being a political commentator. You're like directly involving yourself with these people. I don't think that's ethical, but
that's why I did it. It's plain and simple. So now that that's out of the way, let's jump into the meaty part of this video.
Meaty part.
And that is regarding JoySparkleBS.
This is past. Everybody has a past. The difference is, are you going to be honest with that past? Are you going to talk about that past? Or are you going to try to ignore it like it never happened? My problem with somebody's past is if they don't learn from the past, if behaviors that they had in the past are still exhibited in the future, that's concerning to me, and that's why I'm responding. That's why I'm making this video. This is the part where I recommend you turn your listening ears on. Hopefully your eyes aren't destroyed from the eclipse. So if you
quickly search up what the Indigo movement is, one of the first links you get is from a website which Katie posted on. Children that have been diagnosed with ADHD, ADD, and autism have actually been misdiagnosed. They state that they're actually indigo children who have been given these labels simply due to a lack of understanding by professionals. They encourage parents of such children to fight against this by turning down medication for their children or any therapy suggested or any special education. Basically, they suggest that there's no such thing as ADHD, ADD, autism, and parents should simply let their indigo child develop in their own way. The movement, and this is a key point here, also dismisses mental health problems, as well as children. Adults are targeted on the issue. We have indigo children, crystal adults, star children, but basically all revolve around the same idea that people are born with indigo aurora around them. Both children and adults in the movement suggest that people with many mental health issues, especially bipolar, are actually indigo, and they should not enter into any form of treatment, get medication,
or any other therapy.
God.
So now that we got that out of the way, let's
begin. But going forward, so, and I don't know how much you remember about this, because, you only speak with a lot of people. You should only remember me. But, so, a few months ago when you called in, I was talking about the benefits that I started this program. It was hydrogen, oxygen, vegetable peroxide. Oxygen therapy stuff, yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of give a bit of an update. So a couple things happened. So I had been sick from the middle of October until literally about a month and a half ago, and I finally beat what I had. I'm still not quite sure what it is, but I just kind of want to give a little bit of the gamut of what happened. So what was happening to my body, there were a couple things. I was having these very intense chest pains, and it literally felt like a mini
heart attack.
Anxiety, yo.
Subpart ER.
It's the only one I can afford insurance at the moment, and they keep not finding anything. And the other thing too was that it was feeling like no matter how much I ate or what I ate, my body, nothing was working, nothing was helping, and so it got to this really exhausting point. Well, a couple things. I did the hydrogen, oxygen therapy, and I wanted to kind of say a couple things about it, because if anytime I kind of promote something, I want to make sure I give like the good and the bad to it. So it worked, and I was so happy to say that it worked, because if you guys probably know if you've been through.
Okay. Placebo. Keep going.
The healing process
It's really interesting, because sometimes you'll start feeling worse, and it's actually you're getting better. Like sometimes the point where you're feeling worse is like something's dying off, and so the whole time, in fact, I couldn't finish it. You're supposed to do a month cycle of it, and it was very, very difficult for my body. My body's very sensitive. So one thing I want to tell people is if you ever look into doing oxygen therapy, like I was doing with this vegetable hydrogen peroxide, be very careful, because you just have to really feel it inside of your body. I literally just did the absolute bare minimum I could, and I was, I got really discouraged through it, because it seemed like it was working.
What is this? Why is it taking so long to get through? Skip this part? What is this? What is this? How long? Can I please skip this? People are saying that I can skip this. Skip this until Repzion starts talking again. Oh my god. Holy shit. It's still... I just skipped 10 minutes ahead and it's still the blue screen. Holy fucking shitballs, man. Insanity.
is literally helping everything manifest, even if we're not the ones that actually can put the science together. Because I'm not that smart.
Even if we can't put the science together. Kill myself, guys. I'm gonna kill myself. Kill myself. That was painful, man. All right, that's 10 minutes. We got to the 10-minute mark. Actually, at this point, we're at 18 minutes. We're getting through this video, guys. All right, I'm gonna continue this adventure together, guys. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. In case you missed some things, feel free to go back and rewatch all this.
No.
Read it if you want.
I'm not
let's start from
rewatching
the very beginning with angelic channeling. She was hired by a company, a music production company, to do angelic channeling. And I have to ask this question. Did you pay people to perform angelic channeling? Because if you paid people, if people came to you and paid money for you to perform angelic channeling, then I am accurate to say that you're a fraud.
Yeah.
That you are a con artist. Because I don't believe in angelic channeling. I don't believe in casting out demons. I don't believe in people telling you you're...
I am with Daniel 100%. I don't believe in any of this shit, but at the same time, not all people who do this kind of crazy shit are charlatans. Now, charlatans are people who are purposefully preaching things that they don't themselves believe in for profit. You know, and sometimes there are people that buy their own special brand of bullshit. They actually think that they're a psychic. They actually think that they're a faith healer of some kind. And these people, although like I still don't like it, and it still does feel very gross to me. I don't think that they're at heart bad people, you know? Technically, anybody who prays, anybody who says a prayer and genuinely believes that their prayer is getting to God, and that God is answering that prayer, and that because of that prayer something happens, they're the same. They believe that they have control. My point with that is that, like, you know, he's kind of, and we haven't gotten further, so maybe he'll like provide, you know, a reasoning for this, but he's kind of right now saying that she's essentially a charlatan, meaning she's lying about even believing that she has the ability. She's like just like pretending to have something so that people pay her. But if she actually believes she can do it and she thinks she's helping people, it's still insane, but I don't think it makes people bad that, you know, do those kind of things. So anyways, let's see what she's doing. I hope that made sense.
Your future, or using any sort of spiritual indigo power or ability, psychic abilities to reach out and talk to dead people or whatever it be. I find that area of New Age, of whatever you want to call it, to be a scam. That's just my personal opinion.
I do too.
If you did charge people for money to perform your angelic channeling, you by definition to me are a con artist.
See, this is where I can't hop on board with this. Because like I said, people sell nonsense all the time. There's all kinds of psychics, all kinds of faith healers, all kinds of crystal healers. I recently spoke with a lady who was a crystal healer. I had her on my show. So I don't think she was a con artist, though. I do think that she was selling bullshit to people, but I don't think she believed it was bullshit herself. And in that way, I don't think that if the person who's doing this kind of stuff, if they're not trying to trick people, it doesn't make it wrong. Like, it doesn't make it not wrong. Like, I still have a problem with it. But if they're not trying to trick people, I'm not going to call them a con artist. I'm going to call them a delusional person. But that doesn't mean that they're intentionally trying to mislead people for the purposes of making money. And I think he's assuming that about Joy without necessarily knowing, you know, whether or not she was lying about this to make money. I mean, there is a good chance, and I do think probably she believed that she could do this stuff. So, doesn't make it right, but it makes her less malicious, you know? Yeah.
But who knows?
Next up, you had a inoperable tumor on your neck that was killing you. Now, you talk about this in your podcast, and you also talk about this in your videos. However, on your podcast, you kind of give a different explanation. You mentioned oxygen hydrogen therapy and how that helped you with your tumor on your neck. But then on your videos on YouNow, you mentioned how you cured this inoperable tumor that was killing you with garlic and onions. Josh, you see, she, in quotes, cured cancer with herbs. I sure as fuck did. I really did. But if you want to get judgmental and rude about it, go for it. I did, actually, and it wasn't cancer. It was a tumor. It was a non-cancerous tumor. But go ahead and just keep making fun of me. Go for it. What should I use?
Oh. Okay, guys. For the record, cancer cannot be cured with garlic and herbs and onions and things like that. Tumors don't go away because of an onion. And clearly she believes in a lot of nonsense, okay? She's not a skeptic. That doesn't make her a bad person. It makes her a very frustrating person. I get very frustrated at stuff like this. I've talked to many people. Actually, and you'll see this in my show, which comes out second week of September. Whoop, whoop, I'm so excited. But I speak with a crystal healer, and she believed that if people used crystals properly, that they would never get cancer. And she believed this. Completely believed this. I have a real problem with that because it does two things. First of all, it makes people who do get cancer feel as though if only they'd used a crystal, which is bullshit. You know, it's not science. I don't like anything that promotes pseudoscience. You know, I don't even like calling it something pseudoscience. It's that ridiculous. I feel like it gives it too much credit even. It was something with no scientific basis, essentially. Pseudoscience is real. That's funny. That's a funny tweet. I should tweet that. But the biggest, and my biggest fear with this type of mentality is that people will start to think, hey, if only I use a crystal, or hey, only if I, eat more garlic, or, sit on an onion, I don't fucking know. If I do this shit, then this will cure whatever I'm dealing with now. And if somebody thinks that doing that thing is a good alternative to going to a doctor, it puts that person in serious danger, because if they're going to be like, oh, I'll just sit on this onion instead of going to, my oncologist because I have cancer, that person's going to die. because of this ridiculous belief, you know? And that's where people say beliefs aren't dangerous. I'm like, excuse me? To me, that's, asinine to begin with anyways. But if you believe that you can cure tumors with herbs, like it says right here, and you actually have a tumor and you try to, cure it with some basil, you're going to die. Anyways, let's keep going. Dangerous shit.
What I used back then, I used garlic.
I mean, to be fair, garlic is great as an antioxidant, and the more garlic you eat, the healthier you will be. But if you have something serious going on, ain't no piece of garlic, ain't no clove of garlic. I'm gonna cure AIDS, all right? Repzion is misrepresenting what she said. Not necessarily. I mean, like, she's talking about it here.
Onion. I literally use onion, olive leaf, golden seal.
See, she's thinking onions cure tumors. So I guess some onions cure tumors, but the Onision onion can give people tumors. There you go. I made a joke. Yeah, you're right. A lot of doctors do profit, but I would rather go to a doctor than, than have a belief in something that has no scientific basis.
Oh God, I used several things back then.
Like, you can try to avoid doctors that are bad, but that's out of your control. You can try to find a good doctor, but if you still find a doctor that screws you over, at least you tried. If you don't even try modern medicine and resort to shit like this, then you by default will not do so well.
For my liver.
I did dandelion. We're almost at 50,000 likes, holy shit. Dandelion. Ginger was what I used to. Like, I had a tumor on my neck. Couldn't get rid of it for a year. I changed my diet, got on herbs, and then it shrunk. That's it. And I attributed that to the diet change and the herbs, the natural medicine. How do you think illnesses were treated years ago? Herbs are awesome. Exactly. Well, all medicine stems from fucking plants of some sort. Even chemo. Chemo comes from a soursop fruit. Or is it, well, they said it's... Okay, this is what they told me. I remember they said that it's non-cancerous, but it was growing, and they were afraid that it could burst open or could rupture, and it could do other damage. And that it was in a dangerous spot. That's what they had told me.
Wait, but do we know that it was even a tumor? Was it like an abscess? Could it have been an abscess? Could it have been like a really, really enlarged lymph node? I mean, I don't know exactly what her situation was, but...
By the way, this was years... because of the fibro fucks with my memory, this was years ago. This was 2010. 9? No, it was 2009. 2009, so this was 8 years ago. And then you mentioned, this is what really confuses me, is that you mentioned in a blog, on your Tumblr blog, Miss Katie Smith, you talk about your tumor a bit, and you talk about how it nearly killed you. Specifically state that you use medicine and antibacterial fungi stuff to remove it. So which one is it, Katie? Did you perform oxygen hydrogen therapy to remove your tumor? Did you perform garlic and onion, which removed your tumor? Or did you use your medicine that you talk about in your blog, which now is completely deleted? When people started linking her Tumblr blog that she had, she deleted it, got rid of it completely. And rightfully so, because there's also mention in her blog of her archangel, Michael, who diagnosed her with symptoms. I don't know if you guys caught that when you were listening in the earlier segment, but there's a list of symptoms, a lot of symptoms that her archangel is telling her that she has. And this is why I have to ask questions. Questions does not mean that I don't believe somebody. It just means that I have to ask the question because things are inconsistent. If you have an archangel who if you have an archangel who gives you physical symptoms and tells you what's wrong with your body, can you not understand why people may doubt some of your claims about the health issues that you claim that you may or may not have? I'm simply presenting information that is already out there, and why people doubt the things that you say, and why that there seems to be a loophole and inconsistency in nearly every story and everything you claim about yourself. Whether that be Daddy of 5, whether that be Onision, whether that be medical issues that you've claimed to have. Which, by the way, I'm not saying you don't have these things. I'm just saying that this is why people have doubt. Is because you have a past riddled in the New Age movement. And what confuses me even more is that in 2006, you left the New Age movement, and then you came back 3 years later to the New Age movement. Don't believe me? IndigoSociety.com. She was a frequent
poster on this.
Okay, I think it's pretty clear that, like, she's got some mental issues. I don't know, guys. I feel like almost bad. I feel like it seems kind of interesting to me because at the beginning of the video, Repzion was talking about basically how she took it too far with the Daddy of 5 stuff. And I added to that by saying, okay, well, I agree because I think it's strange for her to delve so far into the personal life of other people and put that information on the internet. But then he continues to do the same thing with her. You know, he's looking through her past. He's talking about her health issues, speculating about her mental health. All of this feels very invasive to me, and I feel almost dirty watching it. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying she's, you know, not wrong in a lot of the stuff that she's done online, but, like, this feels... I don't feel good about this, but I'll keep watching, because what are we at? 24 minutes out of 50. Okay, so we're like, you know, we're getting there. Anyways, I'll keep going.
And she spent one of her first posts back to the website. It's me! I love it! And you do too! I love you, damn it! Miss Devic Doll. This is Joy Sparkles, also known as Miss Katie Smith, on her forum. Hello, baby dolls, cutie pies, sweethearts, and muffins! I was led to this site, and after having a long 3 years of removing myself from the Indigo movement, I'm happy to return and announce my presence and say a big effing hello. Like this. Hello! I look forward to getting to know more people on the site. I'm cute, fun, funny, and always having a good time. You don't believe me? I don't care. I'm having fun. I can't wait to play with you all. Happy Indigo hunting, y'all! Here she also links her photo bucket, which also, if you go to that link, you can see that it is actually her right here. This is Katie Smith, also known as Joy Sparkles. At this point, let's go back to what I was referencing. So, with angelic channeling, she was hired by a company to do angelic channeling. She had an inoperable tumor on her neck, but she says in her Tumblr blog that it was an abscess on her neck.
That's what I was saying. Abscess.
I'm confused by that. How
abscesses
go
away.
Tumor on your neck from an abscess.
You guys know what an abscess is? Just basically a pocket of pus. It's gross, but they do resolve on their own, and they can take a long time. And that is something exactly that garlic and onions would help you with, because they do reduce, they're anti-inflammatory, and that's exactly what an abscess is. It's just a bunch of inflammation. So I don't fucking know. All right, let's keep going. The garlic works. It cures abscesses / tumors and vampires.
Abscess on your neck. Which one is it, Katie?
Which method did you use to heal this tumor? Because if you can truly heal tumors through the act of only using garlic and onions, then by all means, we're all doing something wrong with, you know, doing surgery operations on people to get things off of their body. You also mentioned that you were into levitation. That's a huge one. The levitation segment of that video of you talking about that podcast, and then your friends go on to proceed on how levitation is possible.
The second thing I wanted to make sure and say to everybody is no matter what you're going through with your body, and believe me, like, I had a tumor one time that I had for a year on my neck that was telling me that I was told I could not be operated on, I would die. I didn't do it until I die. I've had all these crazy things happen with my physical body. And I have learned from these experiences, you literally can heal anything.
No, you can't. There are certain things that you cannot physically heal, and I don't care what you say or what you claim. You cannot self-heal certain problems that people have. I don't believe that Jesus healed the sick. I just don't. You also mentioned in that podcast that we're all somehow being exposed to, they call this conspiracy 101. We're all being exposed to radiation. That we're all somehow mutants. We're all being poisoned by radiation. This sounds very... I don't even know where to begin with that one, but let's just continue here. But the final thing is you also have another blog post where you talk about your childhood, you growing up, and you being an indigo child in great detail, talking about how you grew up with your mom, but most of all, how you, Katie Smith, are a psychic. At this point, I think people asking questions and doubting you about yourself are perfectly valid in giving you criticism. But here's the thing. People are going to respond, or maybe Joy will respond, I don't know. In Joy's defense, she could say, well, those things I used to believe, I no longer believe. And my response is, okay, you don't believe those things anymore, just like how I'm not a Christian anymore. Cool. But in your videos, you still say that you're a crazy New Ager, which makes me come to the conclusion that you still may have some New Age beliefs. And what the hell are those beliefs? I want to know, Joy. What New Age beliefs do you have? Because if these were your beliefs back in 2009 and you've truly changed and these no longer reflect who you are as a person, cool. I'm glad that you officially left the movement, came back to the movement, then left again. As silly as that sounds. But what I find most interesting about your past, Joy, is that you refuse. I haven't heard, from all the videos I've seen, you haven't talked anything about you being heavily involved in the Indigo movement. You've mentioned it a few times.
You never talked about how you identified as an indigo child, how you identified as a psychic, how you believe in levitation, how you believe in self-healing problems, physical problems with yourself. And
oh man, Joy's gonna hate my show. When my show comes out, she's gonna hate it. Yeah, my show is basically about me debunking shit like this. So it's gonna be interesting to see her reaction to it. If she watches it, she probably won't watch it. But anyways, you're gonna love my show. I'm excited, dude. It's coming out. It's September 8th. Official launch date of my show is September 8th. And on that day, I will be posting a video on my YouTube channel where I give information on how you can watch it and like a trailer. And I'm so excited. So it's gonna be good shit. And I do appreciate Daniel talking about skepticism like this, because I'm on board with everything that he said. I just wish that he weren't so quick to say that people who aren't skeptics are malicious about that kind of thing. I don't believe that. Does garlic help with levitation? I'm glad you asked that. It definitely does. I like that pseudoscience is real. I'm going to tweet pseudoscience is real. Will you guys all retweet pseudoscience is real? Okay, hold on. All right, well, I mean, like, I don't really feel like watching anymore. We got through 28 minutes, and it's a 58-minute long video. You guys, I don't know if I can go on. Freddie didn't like Repzion's video. Burn, dirty and mean. That's exactly what I said at the beginning of this broadcast. It's like I felt almost a little, dirty watching it because it just feels like so much of not my business. You know, this is so much. It's so personal. I don't know. I do think it's like, now that it's out there, I think it's important to talk about. I hope she does respond because I feel like that could really help, especially since it's like a thing people are talking about right now. I'll keep going. By the way, how's my pseudoscience is real tweet? Everyone go retweet my last tweet, pseudoscience is real. I think that's really funny. Oh God. Here we go. All right.
Why haven't you told your audience about this? Like, if you flat out made a video saying, yeah, I used to think I was a psychic, or I used to think I was an indigo child that could, have these special powers.
Well, she did say that. What she was saying on my broadcast was that she has talked about this publicly, so I don't know.
So on and so forth. Then I would give you a lot more leniency here. But the fact of the matter is you haven't talked about this, which makes me still think that maybe somewhere, someplace, you still hold these same beliefs. Or maybe...
Josh, thank you. She said that she has, but even if she hasn't, who the fuck's business is it? And if she still holds the same beliefs, as much as I disagree, again, who the fuck's business is it? I'm not understanding where this is going.
Maybe you don't. And if you don't, then by all means, what I'm saying here doesn't really...
Like, this is, I would not go after a Christian for just simply being Christian. If, and attacking Christianity is not attacking every Christian. Attacking pseudoscience is not attacking every single person who believes in pseudoscience. But, like, attacking her because of her beliefs is very strange to single one person out. Like, if you have a problem with an area of pseudoscience, make a rant on that area of pseudoscience. If you don't like crystal healing, bitch about crystal healing. If you don't like psychics, make a video on why psychics are bullshit. I don't understand why this is necessary. I don't.
Matter that much, with the exception of why people are still casting doubt on your claims. I just want full transparency here, and that's why I'm asking questions, because these questions explain why people are doubting you and doubt the things that you claim about yourself. Now, a lot of people think that
I mean, I get where he's coming from on that, but, like, Jesus, people have a lot of weird beliefs, and a lot of those people with really weird beliefs are doctors, are lawyers, are politicians. It's called a personal belief for a reason, as long as it doesn't interfere with other things, which you cannot necessarily prove that it is, then it shouldn't be talked about. I don't know.
this video is all about, disproving or debunking her illnesses that she claims, because she does claim in quite a few videos that she's had mystery illnesses. And I'm not going to debate here on a YouTube channel, because I'm a mental health advocate, if she has fibromyalgia, or she has depression, or she has post-traumatic stress disorder, or she has borderline personality disorder. I can't diagnose these things. I won't diagnose these things, because I'm not a licensed person to do that. But what I can do is examine behaviors, and that's the crux of this video, is examining behaviors and inconsistencies that she herself has put out online. So let's take a look at some more.
So he just said that these are things that she's put out online about herself, but he just went on about how she hasn't been public about these things. So which is it? Which is it? Is she not public enough about these things? Or is she? Like, what? Anyways.
Shall we? It is very important that I mention here is that just because someone self-diagnoses themselves does not mean that they don't actually have problems. If Katie Smith does have fibromyalgia, if she does have borderline personality disorder, if she does have these things which people are, arguing over the internet, trying to diagnose somebody over the internet, which I don't recommend people doing. But if you do have actual illnesses, Joy, I am in full support of you getting actual help for them. If you have fibromyalgia, I hope you get help. If you have mental health and depression, I hope you get help. If you have anxiety, which I truly believe you do, I hope you get help for that. I'm in full support of people getting help. But just because someone self-diagnoses themselves does not mean that they don't actually have problems. But one of the interesting things about Katie here, Joy, is that she claims that she's had copper toxicity. And this is something that I really want to go into detail about, because this is one of those things that does not make sense. Joy claims that she got copper toxicity from a form of birth control, also known as an IUD.
Okay.
I suffer from copper toxicity as a result of the Paragard IUD. My birth control almost killed me. 6 months ago, I was almost dead. I didn't know what it was. I figured it out. I got it removed, but it's caused a whole lot of issues. I have fibromyalgia, which is awful. I know I'm getting brain fog. It's part of the fibro. And I know I did this before and showed you guys when I'm sick, but it's still really embarrassing. It is. It's hard. I think it's healing though, because I was so ashamed and hid for so long. So it's also healing.
What? Why are
it's giving me heart arrhythmias around it, and that's supposed to act as a spermicide. Sorry, I get exhausted and I start having chest pain, so the only thing that will last electricity.
I can't.
5% zinc. But a penny, it has a special coating on it. You can swallow.
Okay, so clearly she has some beliefs that aren't like based in fact, dude. Like she just got through on my broadcast saying that she thinks people can talk to their dead ancestors and relatives. Okay? Like, do I agree with that? Hell no. Do I think it's pretty delusional for somebody to believe that? Hell yes. Do I think it's uncommon for people to believe those types of things? No, of course not. People believe shit like that all the time. People are hypochondriacs. They believe that they have all kinds of illnesses that they may or may not have. Maybe they exacerbate the illnesses that they do have. Maybe they add things. Maybe they take away things. Okay, what is your fucking point, man? I'm really struggling to understand why this is necessary. Hi, Tippy. I just feel like, what did she do to him to piss him off this much? To have this happen? Okay, she's posted a lot of videos about Onision, posted a lot of videos. And the Daddy of 5 thing pissed him off. So then focus on that. I don't understand why delving in to this kind of shit is... This just seems so personal. I don't know. He's trying to shake her credibility, right? Okay, and that's the point. He's trying to shake her credibility so people don't believe things that she says. And some of the things that she says he finds to be damaging. And I get that, and I'm on board with that. But, it seems a bit overboard. This is an hour-long video.
And if you swallow that penny, it will come right out your asshole. Perfectly fine. You will not get sick from swallowing a penny, because there's a certain protection. It's the same type of protection that they use on the copper. You got a blood test. Fucking charts. That I know for sure.
This liar, right?
And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed thus far in this video, but you notice through the blog, the podcasts that she was on, and the videos, a lot of videos that she's made, she always talks about how she's almost always dying. 2006 she almost died. 2007 she almost died.
Some people are like this. Are they right? No. Some people are and listen, a very close friend of mine who deals with panic attacks and anxiety, recently posted a video on YouTube, and I don't know. If you guys know who I'm talking about, cool. But she posted a video on YouTube talking about her very serious anxiety, and her anxiety was bad enough to the point where she always thought she was going to die, or that her loved one was going to die. She would cut grapes in half because she was afraid that her significant other would choke on it if she didn't cut it in half. She was afraid if her significant other went outside because she was afraid maybe she'd get hit by a car. And it was this constant panic, constant fear of the other person dying and something fatal, in some horrific way. Obviously, if you die, it's fatal. But in some gruesome, horrible way. And that if she's not always on it, if she's not always thinking about it, she's going to miss it. Sometimes people with anxiety and panic disorders, they tend to fear that they or their loved ones are going to at any moment die. Okay? It's not uncommon. So if she's got all these fears and stuff with medical disorders and stuff, you know, it's possible she's a hypochondriac. Like, and that's not uncommon. And like sitting here trying to point at her and being like, oh my God, look at this. She thinks like, what? Look, idiot. Look, this person's an idiot. I just, I don't know. I don't feel like it's right.
She almost died 2009, she almost died 2010, and all...
Moving forward.
I'm upset with you. I am not. I'm upset with your GM, who apparently...
You claim that you're homeless, you file for bankruptcy, all the while buying a $15,000, I don't know if it was used or if it was new, 2013 Ford Fiesta. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm sure a lot of homeless people would love to have their own car. Just saying. I don't know why you filed for bankruptcy here, but it makes me ask questions, and I find it really fishy on how somebody can buy a car that's $16,000 worth, and then file for bankruptcy. That just is very, very weird to me, and I would like to know the context of the full, situation here, because to me, I don't really think that's how filing for bankruptcy works. You don't buy a car and then file for bankruptcy after you've spent $15,000 that you could have used elsewhere. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I just find the act of filing for bankruptcy to be very, very fishy and suspicious when you claim that you're homeless. Trust me, a lot of homeless people would love to have their own car to drive and have their own about me, or even asked me about this. I could have clarified for you. All I said is if he wanted context on the full situation, that he could have came to me and asked me. That's it. I never said people need to come to me in private. They don't. No place have I said that. This is where these mental gymnastic games in, is because Joy is so stupid that she can't comprehend basic sentence structures that people say. If I say, you could just talk to me, she'll spin that into this whole spiel about how I told people that I want people to come to me in private when I actually have never said that in my original video. It is little
Guys, I don't think I can do it anymore. I'm really struggling. Like, I don't know what to say about this anymore. I'm like bored of it. I feel like it's borderline bullying, and I feel like kind of uncomfortable watching it, to be totally honest. I'm like 45. Okay, there's 13 minutes left. There's 13 minutes left of this.
Consistencies like this, Joy, that make people go fucking crazy. This is why people don't like you. You're on the same level of inconsistency as good old Greggy Poo. And I give you credit, Joy. It's clever. It's clever how you can twist really basic things that somebody says and make them out to be a lot worse than they actually are. And trust me, I'm going out of my way in this video not to twist anything. Everything I have talked about, everything I've showcased for the most part is linked down below. You can watch it here. Upgrade my computer monitor. Now I have triple displays just by taking photos of my feet and socks. What the hell is wrong with that?
Well, how do we jump to that? How do we jump to that? Okay, Daniel.
So you to even mention that just goes to show that you're trying. You may
she
say
brought it
that
up.
you're not. No shade, no shit to you that you're doing that. Well, if that's true, then why would you even mention that? That's not using that as an argument. Is not an argument.
That's true. It's not an argument. It's an ad hominem. Anytime you try to say something about another person's character that has nothing to do with the argument, it's an ad hominem. It's meant to discredit the person instead of going after their argument. Much like this entire video.
The level of your ability to actually debate, Joy, is astronomically depressing. Like, it pains me to see how you argue and how you debate with people.
No, but what's happening right now is I'm a hot topic to hate. Because when you put my name on a title, it gets views.
Make me look like I support support people's channels being terminated and false DMCA'd and so on and so forth. And I don't support that under any circumstance, unless it qualifies for actual, copyright infringement or privacy is actually being violated. I've made this so abundantly clear, but because I made a response to a friend of yours who made a response to me first, and I respond to him and I mention you, I think twice in the whole entire 30-some minute video, I made a response to get to you.
I'm losing my mind.
No.
My video wasn't even really about you. It was simply I mentioned you twice. And this is what I'm talking about, her mental twisting gymnastics game. This person's crazy. You can't have a normal conversation with them. They can't even watch a video by you without going all nutso with conspiracy theories. What you were doing, creeping in my comments and making so many tweets about me, is creepy and hypocritical while screaming how many videos I'm going to make. How many tweets have you been making about me, slandering me, threatening to put me down? Whoa. Let's stop right there. Joy, where have I slandered you? Because that's a big accusation. As far as I'm aware, I haven't slandered you. I don't go out of my way to slander anybody. Is not believing some of the claims you make, is doubting you, is being skeptical of claims that you've made on your YouTube channel, is that slander? Because if I recall, I haven't accused you, other than the fact of I think that you've lied about a lot of things. I haven't really accused you of anything.
You accused her of being a con artist. Like,
Other than me not believing you, and
I think that in certain things you've lied.
that's it. You, on the other hand,
that's an accusation. That's a pretty big accusation.
enjoy.
Calling somebody a liar.
Have tweeted about me claiming that I've committed insurance fraud. Now that, my friendo, is a big claim.
Now, here's the thing.
This
I
is
don't care
true.
if I'm saying,
That's also wrong to do.
but
Just like
what you
fucking.
said here publicly on Twitter,
I've committed insurance fraud. That does fall under defamation. And you're really lucky, Joy, that I'm not somebody who really gives a shit about people who try to defame me. I really don't. But I think it's important that I address this just to show how much of a full of shit you are, Joy. So Joy claimed that I've committed insurance fraud.
and what she's referencing.
I don't
is-
care.
I'm gonna.
Take a life insurance and haven't addressed a lot of the stuff in your past. And that's why I asked the question, why? Why haven't you addressed that you believe we now all have radiation poisoning? Why haven't you addressed that you could levitate? Why haven't you addressed that you were a psychic? Why haven't you...
Why does Repzion burp in videos? Why is that a thing people do? It's like not... I don't like it. It's not like funny. It's gross. Anyways. Anyways. Okay. She said that she has addressed it. What more do you want? Maybe she hasn't talked about it a lot because it's not her most proud thing. Let me tell you something. My stepdad is a brilliant guy. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. But he has this belief, for some reason, that aliens are on Earth in the form of humans walking around among us, and the only way you can tell that they're an alien is because they smell bad. And I don't know if this is a belief he still holds. I just remember him seriously telling me this when I was a kid, so a decent amount of time ago, but he was just as brilliant then. And he told me about this. I've lost no respect for him because I still, like I said, think he's brilliant. There's just this one thing. I'm like, why does he think that? Like, wonder what led him, Does he go around shouting from the rooftops that he has this odd belief? No. Probably because he knows it will be heavily scrutinized. When people believe in things that are out there, a lot of times they at least possess enough self-awareness to know that they believe something that most people consider to be pretty stupid and out there. And whenever you have something like that, it's not something you talk about all the time. What does that have to do with anything else? If I could think of a solid example, I would. I'm pretty skeptical of everything, and it'd be hard to find something crazy that I believed in. Here we go! I thought of one. I said it would be hard. It took me 2 seconds. I have dated some shitheads in the past, okay? I had this delusional belief when I dated. I had 4 serious relationships in my life before Richie. I had this delusion in these serious relationships, these guys that were horrible to me and lied to me and cheated on me and all this shit, that they would get better, that I could save them. And I had this delusional belief more than once in my life. Am I proud that I have this really horrible judgment of character in men and friends? Am I working on it? Yes. Am I proud that I have this? Absolutely not. Should people bring up all the terrible dating choices that I've made in my life every time that I try to make a point in one of my videos about atheism? No, because it's unrelated. I don't understand why he's so hard-pressed to get her to talk about the fact that she may at one point in her life, or maybe continues to think she's a psychic. I don't know if she would even feel comfortable telling me that, because she knows I don't believe in any of that shit. But, if she thinks she's a psychic, what does that have to do with her videos? I'm sorry, I just don't, Everyone has things about them, their beliefs, their past, their choices, something about their lifestyle, a habit, an addiction, things that they're not proud of. Everyone has skeletons. And I don't think that necessarily these things need to be brought up every time that person needs to be discredited for a certain thing. If you want to discredit somebody or argue against them on a certain topic, bringing up all of this other shit to shake the public's perception of that person seems pretty horrible to me. It's like one giant ad hominem. It honestly is. So, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's basically the whole video.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and follow us on Twitter to keep up to date on your favorite streamers. We'll argue later.